probably shouldn't be like glamorizing it the way that they do because it doesn't like
let's have Seth Rogen
lessen. Yeah, it doesn't
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, have Seth Rogen do it, bro.
Let me play Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
right?
like no one's gonna glamorize that shit. They might not even watch it.
Calm down, Heidi. They might not even watch
you're just being mean.
They might not. Here's the thing. People are
This isn't Terre,
infantilizing.
Haute. People have feelings around here. Okay?
Yeah. Bobby, I'm eating brunch with my people though. Homie Dykers cooked up a feast and we about to eat it, bro. Fucked around and had to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream. Them boys got down a routine. It's town culture, cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa, it's Harder Brunch.
Hey!
It's Harder Brunch.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels. With me, as always, my co-host, Stage Jay McKee.
Slappy, pappy, wet.
On the ones and twos, the wheels of steel, the sauce boss of Indianapolis, and the last spoke dragon. Give it up for Zach Rohn.
Hey.
Two very special guests with us in studio from the... God damn it, I forgot the name of it.
Beauty and the Breakdown Podcast.
Hold on, let me get it. Beauty and the Breakdown Podcast.
What?
Give it up for Heidi Fell and Sarah Huntington.
Whoop.
Welcome back to the program, Sarah.
Hell yeah. Happy to be back.
First time on the show, Heidi. Welcome,
Me.
welcome.
Heidi.
Beauty and the Breakdown.
Heidi.
I brought my mini-me.
Yes, 5 years behind, but definitely the mini me.
Not only mini me, but it's like, have you ever seen the movie Looper? Like, I feel like, yeah.
Sisters, twins, lesbians.
You both,
We posted a TikTok together one time,
Sister
and
wives.
they're like, we can't tell. Are you sisters, twins, dating, friends? Like, we have no
What are
idea.
you? What are you? We need answers.
both have throaty voices. I don't know.
We see.
Throaty
Listen, the funny thing
voices.
is though, men love the raspy voices. That's what I've learned.
I don't feel
That's
like
what
I have a
learned in this
raspy
lifetime.
voice. I feel like throaty is different than raspy.
When I tell you that I'm from Terre Haute, you believe me based on the voice only.
And the tattoos.
See,
Yeah. That's not.
It's in their water. There's something in Terre Haute's water that makes the women.
It's the shit. It's the shit from the plant in the back that makes the town stink.
Like I know, like I don't know you that well, but I know that if someone fucked with your man in the street, like you would come out with a piece on you.
in the street, bitch.
I try to be like, where are you from? What's your name? Who's your mom?
I'm just like a little bit country enough to like fuck someone's world up, but like classy enough to be like,
yeah,
we're gonna get brunch.
I feel like if you're born in Terre Haute, you're born with a shotgun. Like this gift.
Oh, absolutely. You come out with a glizzy. You are absolutely ready. You stay strapped at all times. No one's going to tell you shit.
Sarah's voice exists on a spectrum though, because she goes from throaty to
Like really like
to
girly,
Kardashian.
like-
She can go all the way up to Kardashian if need be. Yeah.
I get that Valley Girl accent when I want to.
Yeah.
On stage, I never.
She's like, can I have an espresso martini with Tito's, please?
That's only when
double shot.
That's my professional voice. That's my work voice. Like when I'm like at work, I'm like, "Hey, thank you for calling. Wherever I work, I'm not gonna say it out loud." And then when I'm on stage, I'm like, "So one time I grew up really white trash, and like you guys ain't gonna fucking believe this, but the tires went vroom vroom. What the fuck is up, bitch?" Like,
The Tesla took off.
Teslas take off, dude. Though they are for real.
It's very interesting, and I don't want to. Well, this is also Happy Halloween. This is our Halloween episode.
Halloween,
by the way.
happy
We got the
Halloween,
Halloween
baby.
episode.
It's Heidi's favorite holiday.
I fucking love Halloween, if you can't tell.
Yeah. What
Mama's on that spooky season all year round.
Are you dressing up? Do you have a costume this year?
So actually, we're doing the Pete Davidson SNL rap skit.
You know the E.
Skirt, yeet, skirt. That's
You
what we're
never
doing.
loved me, Mom. You guys know that SNL skit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it at the break. I
You
think
should
we're gonna
watch
watch
it.
it.
Well, that's our Halloween costumes.
Who's the other guy? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
And then Pete Davidson. They do a skit on there. So she's Timothy Chalamet because she's a little bit skinnier than me, so she can wear a wife beater and not look like a gross person. And I'm gonna be Pete Davidson. So Yeah, we got the wigs and everything.
We're going in on it.
At first, I thought it was just gonna be like a horse. You're like, yeah, we're doing like a doubles costume.
No, me and Sarah, I promise you will never catch us doing the horse scene or like the cute scene.
No, I said horse.
I think you said the
like
horse
a
scene. I was like,
horse.
no, you know, like girls are always like, oh, it's Halloween, like it's an excuse to dress up as a whore. I'm like, no, I'll wear a trash bag or like a fucking a literal like fitted sheet with like holes in the eyes.
There you go.
There's so many other days of the year to dress up like a whore. You don't need to do that on Halloween.
Yeah, you know, Halloween's just a good excuse.
I like celebrating Halloween the Christian way.
Yeah.
Halloween is actually where I wear the most amount of clothes.
Actually, no, I'm like,
opposite.
I'm dressing for comfort. It's 32 degrees outside. Fuck yeah. I'm not
I
doing
went as a
it.
cockroach for 3 years in a row. Like,
Yeah, Kyle brought that up the other day. He was like, Sarah's not dressing up cute. He's like, I saw her in a cockroach outfit 2 years ago in the bar.
Well, I did want to say this because I have seen like a style evolution of Sarah just on stage, because when she first started, and I think a lot of women do this, is just like you just want to focus on your jokes, and so it's like a flannel, it's baggy pants, it's just like hair's like in a ponytail, it's just like whatever.
It's like a dress after like a divorce.
Yeah,
You're trying to find yourself.
But it's like I'm here to work on jokes. I'm not here for like these nerds to be like, what's going on? But like now, I feel like on stage you're getting dressed up like I see like Eliza Schlesinger, like she's. I don't know. Did you see her last special? Like,
yeah,
she
I just
wore
watched
pants
it.
that were just specially made to have the fucking.
she looks so fucking
the fucking what is that? The cum gutters there.
Little-
like
yeah,
she
like
just had
little
the
cutout.
fucking.
They're beautiful.
Okay.
With
But,
some
I
cheap
mean,
charm.
like,
I've never seen pants like that.
the way that I dressed and like presented myself prior to comedy was very much like that. And then comedy kind of talked me into being like, oh, you have to, focus on your jokes, and you don't want people to like think you're pretty on stage because then they won't find you
Fuck 'em.
funny. And then finally I was just like, you know what? I've came to a place in my jokes and my career where I'm like, fuck
I
you
think that's so
guys.
corny
Yeah.
though, Sarah. Like I feel like when you're funny, you're funny. Like people are gonna laugh at
Well,
you. Doesn't
like,
matter what you look
you're
like.
You're the one that talked me into that. Like you were like, you're not in your feminine. Heidi would tell me like, you're not in your feminine energy right now. Like I can tell that you used to be in your feminine energy and you're very much in your masculine energy right now. And I didn't really know what that meant.
Did she like pull a card and like got Quasimodo or something like that?
No.
Yes, I do that with everybody.
She does. She's a little tarot card, little witchy bitch or
I'm
whatever.
like the emotional witch. Like I'll turn it on you in 2 seconds and you won't even know what happened. You'll be telling me your childhood trauma, and I'm like,
So she told me that, and I was like, okay, you're right. Like, yeah, I have like a kind of like put myself into this shell because I'm so scared that I would get labeled as something.
yeah, and it's like
or-
so corny. Like I feel like when you're funny, people see that you're funny before your looks. Like yeah, cool. People have like their first impressions, but when you're funny, people are gonna laugh because you're funny, not because what you look like. That doesn't matter. Like if you can make someone laugh, that goes so much further than what you look like. Who cares? Like literally, who cares?
For sure. And I also think, you know what? I've gone on a record as saying I'm a big Sarah Pop-Tart supporter. I think she's on the rocket ship,
One of the
ship
biggest.
up.
Hell yeah.
I mean, she's killing it on social media.
Hell
like
yeah.
your videos, like
Thank
they're
you.
legitimately consistently funny. Like and like what was the catch these hands one? Like
Yeah.
like I'm sitting on the toilet, when I watch my TikToks and my videos, and I'm like, this is well thought out. And also, like, I just seen your post about pissing one of your friends off by you have to constantly making TikToks.
Oh, that was Heidi that I was talking about because
Wait, what was it?
She was like,
I don't think I saw that one.
No, you were like, do you want to go to the? It was my tweet. You were like, do you want to go to the gym? And I was like, yeah, for sure. But could we record a video there? And
I did it too. I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, whatever. Like, let's
You were
just
like,
do
yeah,
it.
I guess. And then I like started getting a clown costume out of the closet, and you were like,
What? No, listen. We get there. This is the best part. We get there, and we're going to the stair stepper. This man is looking at her like she's fucking crazy. This man has on boxer
am.
briefs on the stair stepper. I'm like, you're looking at her like she's crazy. Your nuts are about to pop out of your fucking sack. Like, what do you mean? He literally was wearing boxers and a wife beater on this thing. I'm like, her
Looking
wearing a
at me like
costume.
I was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, sir.
But you dressed up like a clown.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did, and I had to video it, and I had to be right there with it.
well, it's great. It was for a 10-second TikTok too. Like, you know, like how much embarrassment you have
Yes.
to go through for a 10-second TikTok.
But again,
That's
like the timing couldn't have been better that you were standing next to a guy literally in his Under Armour underwear and his wife beater on the, and he's looking at you like you're crazy. Like, where'd you get that outfit from? Please
Well-
tell me you came here in something else.
The one of you, like, you're like, how do you get this average bod?
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you're just like humping all of the like workout equipment incorrectly, and you're just like, I was like, look, there's I don't think there's a lot of women that do physical comedy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh,
so there's like I was like watching it, I'm laughing, but also like part of me, like the comedian part of me is like, man, she had to look at each one of these like pieces of equipment and sit there and go, how do I goof up this fucking thing? Like, how do I do this wrong?
Well, okay, so that happened because I saw a girl, an actual workout girl online doing these like workouts, and I sent it to my friend and I was like, I want to do a parody of this. I was like, because some of it I was laughing at and she was being dead serious on it, and I was like, I want to do some sort of parody of this. So we just like go to the gym at her apartment and I'm just like on each thing of equipment, and I was like, how can I make what she was doing just more exaggerated,
Make it funny.
and then we didn't even plan to do the little ball part where I was like jumping on the exercise ball, and then we went into the side room and I was like, oh, there's more in here,
There's more.
and then that's when I just started like acting like a fucking maniac, and like I didn't plan to do the video that way. My plan was I didn't plan to do the voiceover or anything like that. It's just like when people, because my job, I work in social media, they're like, oh, like what's your creative process? How do you do this? I'm like, I don't have a process.
You're like, it's ADHD. I don't take medicine. It's undiagnosed. I'm a free bird.
I'm like, I have somebody record me doing weird shit, and then I look at it for 3 days.
They're
and
like, there's no process. There's
how
none.
can I make this funny?
Yeah.
And then I just do it. I don't have a plan when I do any of those videos. There's no plan
This
going
is like,
into them.
you're literally quoting the Joker from the Dark Knight movie. Do I look like the kind of person that has a plan?
There is no plan.
I'm just chasing cars. I don't know what I would do if I caught one.
No, but that literally is the best comedy. Like the ones that you don't plan, that you don't put a lot of thought into, like those always get the most views, like the best laughs. Like those are what always work the best when you're not
also,
planning
like,
it.
they act like the Joker is crazy, but like,
Low key, he knew what he was doing.
Low
He knew what
key,
he was
like,
doing.
kind of a
He knew what he was
badass,
doing.
like-
He knew what he was doing.
I know that my brain is like fucked up, and I love that about it because I'm just
Yeah.
like, fuck it. Like,
I
let's-
love that for you.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
I'll figure it out. Like,
Is I love that for you a compliment? I feel like it's a kind of a diss at the same time. Like I like whenever someone says I love that for you, it seems like
yeah.
15% salty. Like
Like they're kind
I
of saying
love
like,
that.
okay, cool. Like they're trying to end the conversation. Like they're just trying to get you to stop.
Well, it's
I love
like-
that for you.
yeah, like
Or
if
you're
you,
like, it's not even like in a jealousy way, but like your brain probably thinks in like a how can I, like, I feel like, is this true? Like you like plan things out.
I just think that I love that for you is a little bit like. I love it. For me, it would be terrible, but I love that for you because you're worse than me. You know?
Right. Like I feel like I could win $1 million and one of my haters would be like, I love that for you.
Like, do you?
You needed that
It's
money.
like a special needs kid ties
know
his
what?
shoes
You
for
know
the
who
first
needed that?
time, and
You
you're
did.
like, I love that for you.
You're like, there's something wrong with you.
No, I
but,
love
like,
that for you. Sounds like a
That's
filler.
great.
It's a good
Yeah.
filler for when you want to say nothing nice.
I love
Yeah.
that for you, dum dum.
I love that for you.
Now you guys have this podcast, and I'll be completely honest. I listened to the pilot episode, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay, wait. Before you go any further,
Yeah.
the fact that I've heard that from so many people is like a backhanded compliment. They're like, "You guys are actually kind of good." I'm like,
No,
"Fuck
hold
you."
on,
He
hold on.
loves that for you.
Let
He
him
loves
finish.
it for you.
Let him finish. He
Let me
loves
fin-
it for us.
let me finish because I know Sarah's hilarious and I didn't know you, so I'm like, oh, she could be funny, she could not. But the reason that I was surprised is because I thought you both are professional beauticians.
Yeah, we both went to cosmetology
You both
school.
went to
yeah.
cosmetology school.
I
We
met
both
her
have
in
our
cosmetology.
license.
Yeah. So you guys are friends because of cosmetology
Yes,
school.
yeah.
So I was like, this is going to be a lot of stuff that I have no context for.
Yes.
Right.
And so I was just like, I'm going to listen to two women talk about like hairdos and stuff. I don't have fucking hair. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is,
I'm
like,
bald.
this is going to be weird. And there were like, you do talk about very specific things involving, cosmetology, hairdos. But then you guys just go off on rants, and then I was just like, oh, now it's just funny too. So it was just like there's a little bit of both. So if you want to like there were some things that honestly went over my head. I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking
So
about.
we actually kind of steered away from the whole, because I was like, when we first started it, I was like, what's something her and I have in common?
Yeah.
We both went to cosmetology school. So I was like, let's make it a beauty podcast. And then by the third one, I was like,
Which, like, that's where, like, her and I disagreed. Like, I think that she was so worried about, like, making it, like, you wanted
a niche.
to, yes,
I wanted a niche
where I was like, okay, let's just like throw it out there, see what happens, like what sticks, what doesn't. But she was so like, you were more like on like, hey, we need to make this something specific, where I was like,
let's just do it. And like, I knew that both of us were funny, but I was like, we need to have a niche. And so I was so focused on making it about a beauty because that's something we had in common, and then we've just completely
steered away from that. 100%.
At this point, it's just
gone. It was great. What you guys are just riffing is great. And like talking about like relationships and talking about embarrassing stuff, and I was just like,
her and I are so similar. Like her and I always make this joke that like we were never supposed to meet because we are so similar and we've lived such similar lives. I'm just like 5 years behind her, and so like we relate
just,
on
like,
so many things.
Trying to save her from like, I'm like, you don't have to go through all this.
I'm like, you don't understand, Mom. It's not a phase.
I'm like, you don't have to date that guy. I swear.
Like literally.
But there was a girl that we're both friends with, and she was like, I wanted to listen to your guys' podcast because I find you both like so funny and relatable and cool, but when I saw it was a beauty podcast, she's like, I don't relate to you guys in that way. And so that's when I was like, okay, Heidi was right. Like, we didn't have to make it about beauty. Like, like the cosmetology, beautician industry. Like, we can just go on there and just
like riff off each other. And that's what we do. Well, that's what we do best.
Yeah, and that's why you're going to make it, because you're wrong, as you just said, and you're able to admit that you're wrong and then move forward. So that's a sign of a good comic.
And like we've like literally from like the first episode to even the one that's coming out, we really have like come a long way, even in like 6-7 episodes. So I feel like we're still like trying to find our footing, but we've done a lot better about not making it about like one thing where it was like the first episode to now. So yeah, it's definitely evolved a lot, I feel like, already.
I just like the concept of like two friends and like, if anything, just be like, oh yeah, like I'm 5 years old or whatever. And like, but also I have a question for you, Heidi, because Sarah's a professional comedian.
Yeah.
Like a podcast goes hand in hand with doing that. But also like a podcast like can leave you open to this like you don't have to have a podcast. You know that, right? Like, like you're just I feel like you're just all downside. Like you're just saying things that can come back and haunt you, saying things that get you canceled. Like she has to do it for work. You're just down for the ride.
Because like I just like, I'm not kidding. Sarah will totally back me on this. I'm one of those people, I genuinely do not care. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like I've told her I've wanted to try comedy, but at the same time, like I do have ADHD. Like shit just flies out. I say it. I don't have regrets when I say it. Like it just happens the way it happens. Like, and like most of the time, yeah, cool. It could be funny, but I just like don't care. I say what I'm thinking. Yeah. And like, that's it. And like people either agree with you or they don't. And I'm on the side where I'm like, if you don't agree with me, fuck you. Like, I don't care. I just don't care. I just don't. Like, that's just how, like, I don't know. I feel like it's funny, but to a point, like I'm not trying to be. It's just like kind of like the personality I stand in. And like Sarah's way better at like writing. And I think that's where she's so good and she thrives so much in comedy is like so many of you are like great writers. You're really creative. Mine is like on the tip of my tongue. I just say it because that's what I'm thinking.
Funny
and like
in the moment.
Yeah, and then like I don't remember it like 5 minutes later. Like I don't care. Like so, or like I forget it. So like that's where I feel like I would struggle in like that type of aspect for sure.
Well, that's why I had you do the podcast with me because I was like, I know that I can come up with topics and I know that you can just like
riff off of them.
You're the first person that I ever met that like I'd say something and you would say something funnier as a comment back, and I was like,
shut up. Yeah.
Like, that's my line. Like almost like stealing my jokes. Like, not even on purpose, but I was like, no, I'm
so similar.
I'm supposed to say that. Like,
yeah.
That's how you know you have a good team. Like, even like living with Dyke, sometimes I feel like the Olsen twins, like we'll try to get to the same punchline at the same time. And you're both
like fighting to get to it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, congratulations there.
Yeah. I also like, I'm one of those people, I feel like anymore, like we just said, like cancel culture and shit. I'm just like, I feel like people get so worried about that. They forget like where the comedy lies or like what is funny. Like people will organically laugh at things that like are funny. Like people, I feel like put too much thought into things anymore. And like, they're so scared to like say the things that are funny or like that people can relate to, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like Kanye has been hilarious.
Yes. And he can't Kanye's still not canceled. Like
She shits all the time.
Yeah, like Kanye literally put all of that. I was like, Kim diarrheas everywhere. Like what? Like why would you say that?
No, that's
Well, you shouldn't be canceled for admitting someone diarrheas.
It's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I love unhinged people.
Yeah.
Yes, unhinged people.
Full disclosure, 2 weeks ago, he did apologize for his comments.
About diarrhea?
About the diarrhea.
With Pierce. I don't know. I don't want to get into the Kanye defending thing because he's going to say something whack in 4 weeks from now.
Not gonna age well.
And I'm like, like, was Thad defending Kanye West?
I don't care what
They'll bring
says,
back
like,
this episode.
Kanye West is absolutely mentally fucked to the
Oh
brim.
yeah, he's not well. That man is not well.
Absolutely hilarious.
That man is past the point of needing milk.
Hilarious.
He needs a lot more.
A musical producer beyond what we can even imagine
and I feel
right
like
now.
that's like all creative people. Like if you're and I've always said this, like you don't want to hang out with somebody that's a super, super creative person. They're not going to be fun. Like they're probably a little bit crazy.
Wait.
I don't think it's the creative thing. I think we've discussed this a lot. I think it's you can't just hang out with people that just blow smoke up your ass. Like if I just had everyone on my team just told me I was the shit, everything I
you'd never
did was
improve.
rainbows.
You'd never improve.
No, I'd be a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like I need people on the team that are like that's whack, dude. Like,
Right.
But you need a good balance at the same time. Like
Everybody-
one person tells you like, "Hey, you kind of suck," and you're like, "Do I fucking suck?"
Well,
like,
people
back to the drawing board.
tell you on like social media, like don't go through your comments, don't go through them.
Yeah.
But I do.
Oh,
because
I do it.
no.
I do it.
No, I like to be humbled a little bit because I have
help?
the comments that make it to the top.
what's
which
one that stuck out in your memory?
There is a guy, every single one of my posts, I'm not kidding, every single one of them, it just says, cringe, further proving women are not funny.
And this is
Once
probably the
again,
same man that wears a fucking wife beater and Crocs to the local Walmart.
Wait, no, that was me, and I was trying to make a joke of how much I support you. Well,
I mean,
Wait, why don't you block him though? Like, why do you continue to let him comment on your posts?
I finally did. I did finally block him just on this past one. But there was for the first like 3 that he did, I was like, you know what? Like, I need someone to tell me that. Like, I need someone to be like,
Humble
I don't
you.
find this funny. And I'm like, okay, I get
Fair.
it. Like, my comedy is not for
but
everyone.
he went a little bit too.
I was gonna say
women
that.
aren't funny. You don't need people to say women aren't funny.
Yeah.
No, I get
He
that.
was nagging you. Sarah was waiting out to see if it was like a Christmas romance, maybe. Like they started off as
Also,
enemies.
like, I have like a bad concept of love, so I'm like, I think we're gonna date.
Is this man in love with me, low key? Like, just DM me. It would be a lot easier than you
Do we
doing
get
this.
married now? I looked at his profile. He's not cute, but if he was, I would have thought about it. I was like, I think this is.
I think he's hitting
Love?
on me. I think he's hitting on me.
He loves me. But no, I like deleted him. But that is like one thing that I like do. I do go through all of my comments because I feel like my comedy is not for everyone, and it is for a certain person or people.
Deaf people.
Like terrible people. But
I don't know why I'm taking shots at Sarah. Have you ever seen Sarah do a roast? Like, Sarah will eviscerate a motherfucker.
Oh, me and Sarah were supposed to do a roast with each other, and then it got canceled
Don't
for some
do it.
reason.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Don't ever go. I would never go hard against Sarah in the paint because I've seen
See, when you're born in a small town where you have nothing to lose, you don't give a fuck. I promise you.
Right.
You grow up bullying men for fun. So
Right.
roast.
I saw
roast
Sarah,
sounds
I saw
good.
Sarah do 2 roasts, and then I realized I was like, oh, every second she's not eviscerating me is just a kindness. Like, she has it all on deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
She walks
Exactly.
around with, and like, like the good roasters, they look at everyone and they go like, just in case, I got this.
Yeah.
It's just locked and loaded in the
Yeah.
gun for
That's
too
called,
many
that's called life
jokes.
experience. That's
Yeah.
called life experience.
I want her to go to New York and do those roast battles because, like, we were like, hey, what did you like write for me? And I made the mistake to ask her what she was gonna say, even though it was canceled.
No.
I looked in the mirror for 2 hours and just said, "No, you're beautiful, fat."
No, you literally took lipstick and you were beautiful.
Yeah.
No matter what they say.
Yeah.
I know I said something about like you're the only black man with a comb over.
Wait, what? Yeah. Well, yeah. It doesn't make sense
Tonight
now.
will be the night that I will
No.
fall for you.
For our listeners at home, I had a lot shorter hair back in the day. She also said, I feel like I could park a truck in between your teeth.
The Maybelline look.
I was like, wait, I know there's a gap, but it's not not truck
wait a damn
It
minute.
was during COVID, and I said, if you're wondering how far you need to socially distance, it's as far as that two front teeth are apart.
Yeah, she went in. She went in.
She just made it funnier at the table.
Yeah, she did. You kind of she rolled up
This
for
man
that.
literally called the fucking orthodontist the next day and was like, I need you to get me an ASAP.
Punched
I'm like, am I screwed up?
Is this bite box? I need to get Invisalign immediately.
Yeah. Women will make you cry in the shower the next day. Like, what?
I only like roasting men though, because I had to roast a woman one time, and I of course just went in on her. And the next day she called me and she was like, "Hey,
I want to talk. We need to talk. Do you have a few minutes?"
She was like, "You roasted." Well, because I said that I dress my dog better than she dresses herself, and which was true. But,
Yeah, why is she upset?
But she called me and she was like, do you want to go shopping with me sometime and like help me pick out some clothes?" And I was like, I don't want to do this.
Ew, then she made you feel bad.
Yeah, and like now I feel like an asshole. Like it was supposed to be like a funny roast, and like now I feel like I've just like
ruined her life.
Yeah, ruined your self-confidence. So I only like to roast men.
Yeah.
Because I feel like men are such like logical thinkers. Like the emotion part of it, like even like you're saying like, oh, I'd look at myself in that. You'd get over it the next day. You wouldn't even fucking care.
I still haven't gotten over it. And here's the thing. I called my orthodontist, like, we're not touching that.
Well,
I'm never roasting anyone.
Your orthodontist said, I'm not taking on that project.
I think the real thing is like, you have to be. I think you have to be friends, or you have to be like at least
a good understanding.
A good understanding, yeah. Because like I've seen people that actually hate each other, and it's like, well, it's not funny. It's just uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
and it's just like, that's why you slept with fucking.
See, okay, but that
and
is like that's when they have like unresolved shit going on, and then you're taking it public, and then everyone's like, okay, wait a fucking damn minute.
That's not even a joke.
You're like, no, now we're not even funny anymore. I'm slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The only person that ever beat me at a roast battle was Tyson Cox, and it's because he's so nice. I couldn't think of anything bad to say about him. Like I was just like, I tried so hard, but like, I just feel like he's just like a typical white dude. Like nothing like special about him.
No, those are the best ones to make fun of. You missed your opportunity.
Wait. We can't.
Opportunity missed.
We can't just like boost up Tyson like this on our podcast.
I mean, like there was just like nothing I could say. I was just like, okay, white country dude, like.
Oh my god! See, I feel like you missed your opportunity. You probably could have went in. Yeah, she could have went in.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, because that's the kind of man you would have been betrothed to in Liberty. You know, like that.
That's the man you would have married.
Yeah. I think it was probably a trauma response. I was like, I can't roast you. I would be
she's
in
like,
love
she's
with
like,
you
wait
in
a
high
second.
school.
Wait a second. You look a lot like my freshman boyfriend. I can't do this.
Roast, you were supposed to live in a trailer together for all eternity.
She literally takes him backstage.
Kid me?
I love you. I love you.
Well, after break, we should just come up with a 4 good roast for Tyson Cox.
Yeah, if you guys could help me with that, because I really... And he had so many for me. He said that I looked like...
See, the ones... Like, I would have let him go first because that would have riled me up.
Pause. Did it go off? Did everything go off? Oh, never mind. Hey.
Tyson said that I looked like if Tommy Lahren fucked black dudes. And I was like...
That's such a good red joke.
For free? No.
I was like, I can't come back from that. Like, that is... I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
For my own jokes. Like,
written jokes.
so good.
You're like, you know what? You sat down and thought about that. You went to the drawing board.
That is exactly what I look like.
My thing is like, it's like we used to, I feel like we used to be more roasty in here, and then like I think we moved here. Chris King wasn't part of the podcast, and like I think things got a little, but like I love a little roasting between friends, but like it used to be like fucking vicious, and it was just like we don't need to do this.
I don't feel like I've ever been roasted on here.
You look like the Sour Patch Kids got addicted to meth.
To what? Bath?
Meth.
Taking baths? I love taking baths.
No, I feel like every time I'm on this podcast, like Dyke just kind of hypes me up, and I like leave here like.
You're like, oh my god, should I go move to New York and live in a $3,000 apartment? It's only 2 square feet.
2 square feet.
It's a closet.
2 foot by 2 foot.
You're gonna have to chainsaw your twin bed in half just to fit it in there.
Could you come up with 2 good roasts for them? I can't right now.
For Tyson or for us?
For them.
Because you know we're gonna cook it for you.
My roasts have to be like organic. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to feel them. Like I can't force it. Like I have to be like when I was like I had a vision of her in the street with like an AK, like shooting it off for her boyfriend. It wasn't even a roast. I was just like, I see that. I can see that.
But listen, the funniest thing is, like, you say that, I'm the biggest fucking crybaby ever. Like, you can ask Sarah. Like, you like raise your voice at me, and I'm like. I will literally start bawling my eyes out.
You came in here with high energy and a chain on, and I was just like, yeah, it's like Terre, Haute. She goes, like,
high energy and a chain. That is the most Terre, Haute shit I've ever seen in my life.
I was like, I can see her making some real bad decisions
I have
on the
a SoundCloud. You should definitely listen. I drop music every Friday.
She doesn't have a SoundCloud.
I don't, but I'll get one if you want one. If you're gonna listen, I'll drop music every Friday.
Yeah, you need to do this.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Beauty in the Breakdown
Beauty
podcast.
in the
Breakdown.
Gen Z can't stop raving about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Patreon.com/Harder Brunch slaps.
No cap, the Harder Brunch podcast is bussin' on God.
Move over, boomer. Gen Z's here to talk to you about the Harder Brunch Patreon.
Harder Brunch Podcast on Patreon, $3 a month, low-key a steal.
The Harder Brunch podcast deadass has me bricked up every day.
Listen to these all totally real testimonials.
No, like, I'm getting paid to do this, don't worry. Yeah. No, you think I do this for free? No.
The Harder Brunch podcast deadass slaps. Sound younger! The Harder Brunch podcast deadass slaps.
Just go to patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
The Patreon After Brunch podcast hits different. That shit makes you feel shit.
Hi, and welcome back to the Harder Brunch Podcast. We're here talking to Beauty in the Breakdown. I did have a little bit of celebrity, I guess, tea that I wanted you guys to maybe weigh in on. Because I was very curious, and it does have a bit of a Harder Brunch crossover. Are you familiar with, have you been keeping up with the Olivia Wilde drama?
Who?
Olivia Wilde.
Olivia Wilde is fucking gorgeous.
And,
Wait, no, hold on.
I would lick her butthole.
Here, wait,
from
let
back
me
to
look
front.
her up really quick and let me get you an
Jason
opinion.
Sudeikis.
No, I haven't kept
You know,
on her
I don't really eat
drama,
bacon. Who?
I'm
Jason
a vegetarian.
Bacon? I'm a vegetarian.
All right, this
That was my Valley Girl accent. I'm a vegetarian.
I mean, we don't get a boo button or a bomb button for that.
No, but tell me the tea because I'm interested.
Okay, so, well, I feel like we should at least
Something about a dog. Did she have sex with a dog?
No, sure. Didn't.
Oh,
So do we know who Olivia Wilde is?
I know
right?
No, I
Yes.
don't know who that is.
She's an actress.
Yeah.
What's a movie that she was in?
And now-
13.
She played 13 on House. She played the
Yeah.
bisexual doctor on House.
And not that it matters, but she's 5'7". She's a big girl.
No, she's so fucking hot. Like, don't
She's like a waif.
discredit her
She's like
at all.
But
I don't know who this is.
She's a director. She's just directed a big
she is cute.
Hollywood movie. She was married to.
Oh my God.
She was married to comedian Jason Sudeikis, and they just had a very kind of messy public divorce.
Ooh.
And she is now booed up with Harry Styles.
oh,
What?
And
what?
Harry Styles. Okay, the fact that Olivia Wilde is a bisexual and she loves Harry Styles makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
because
it
Harry
does.
Styles, he crosses over into that like.
He does. He's sitting in the middle. He can get either or. It doesn't matter. He's got that very like one tone. You can get it either way, and he does get it either way.
I've always said like I like a Harry Styles or like a mask woman, like and they're like the same person.
okay.
Essentially,
Yep. Yeah.
it's just right there in the middle where it's just like
this is a fun fact. Harry Styles and Evan Peters have the same rising sign, sun and moon sign. So
Also
you think
Evan
is the
Peters.
same way. Evan Peters, I would suck his fucking wiener. I don't even care. I would lick his taint. I would.
what did you watch Dahmer?
I love Jeffrey Dahmer.
See what's going on with Dahmer? Ladies,
Honestly,
what's going on with everybody's talking about
I think
Dahmer.
Dahmer is coming back and making
Jeffrey D.
Dahmer's coming
Jeff
back
Dom.
and making Gen Z wet, and I don't think it's good. I don't know if that's a good.
I don't understand why he made a comeback. It's like he was so far.
We talked about him. Yeah. We've already talked about him.
He's old news. Like,
I mean, he's right there with Teddy Bear, old Teddy B. He's right there with him. Like, they both did some really fucked up shit back in the day, but I don't know why. Ted Bundy already got his documentaries in there. I think Jeffrey Dahmer, they were like, he needs his too, and I think that's where that came from.
And I just feel like he's watching from like whatever universe he's in now. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh yeah, no, he's dead meat. He got
like
his
he's
shit
watching
raw.
from ever like universe he's in. Like,
But the really cool
Y'all
thing
still
about Jeffrey
talking about
Dahmer,
me?
I'm not gonna lie to you, the one thing that set him apart, this man was seriously like, he sat in front of his lawyer and was like, it's not about if I did it or not. He's like, I did it. I did all of it. He was like, I want to know why I am the way I am. And I'm like,
he wanted
I want to know
answers.
why you are the way you are. I'm like, I'll talk to you. I'll figure it out. Like,
Let me fix you.
Let me fix you. I'll fix you. Like,
But that's the problem with a lot of women, honestly.
I think part of the problem is they have Zac Efron played Ted Bundy. Like Evan Peters played Jeffrey Dahmer. Like maybe let's stop having Hollywood heartthrobs play
Fair
these
enough.
psychopaths.
That is fair.
You know,
That
because
is
I
fair.
feel
I
like
will
it
give you
does
that.
kind of create this like.
It does. I will say it doesn't discredit how fucked up it was. I will never say that, but I do agree with that. They probably shouldn't be like glamorizing it the way that they do because it doesn't
Like,
like
let's have Seth Rogen
lessen. Yeah, it doesn't
play
lessen.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, have Seth Rogen do
Let
it, bro.
me play Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
all right? I
like no
don't
one's
like
gonna
this.
glamorize that shit. They might not even watch it.
Calm down, Heidi. They might not even
Okay, now
watch
you're just
it.
being mean.
They might not even. Here's the thing. People are
This isn't Terre, Haute.
infantilizing.
People have feelings around here. Okay?
Earlier we were talking about, we were like, yeah, men don't get upset.
Listen, people are infantilizing these crazy characters. And I know I'm saying that with a mask on right now. But what I'm trying to say
Eyes
is
wide shut mask.
it's too much. Everybody's like, "Hey, watch this." I'm like, "Oh, why? Is it funny? Is it a funny movie?" Like,
no,
no.
not at all.
I
And I'm
seriously,
like, why do you want me to watch it? Like, oh, like it's you're gonna feel sick.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like,
I actually
why?
didn't even. So the one thing I said, I was like, I can watch documentaries like when they're talking about it. I got through a half of the first episode of the Jeffrey Dahmer, and I turned it off. Like almost like seeing it reenacted. I don't want that. That's almost taking it too far. Like I don't want to see it. It was super uncomfortable. Like I could have left that where it was at.
I find it unfortunate that I'm attracted to that kind of stuff.
Me too. Me too.
I don't want
Me
to
too.
be.
That's like, how you know your
it's
dad
like,
loved you, but not enough.
Like I want a healthy relationship.
It's not ever gonna happen.
And it's like this like whole thing where I'm like trying to heal it. I've been single for like 9 months, and like I know that's not like a long time, but like it is for me because like.
Oh, that is a long time. That is a long
Hot
time.
and funny.
I'm hot and funny and perfect, and I don't know why anyone doesn't want me.
But like I want like a healthy
there's so
relationship.
many DJs out there, Sarah. Like so little time.
Ones that don't have eczema.
No, I'm roasting my fucking ex. Like I want that kind of like love, but then I see like those where they're making Hollywood heartthrobs.
It glamorizes it.
And I'm like, I think I'm in love.
Yeah.
Like
I want to fix you.
But people like to be scared. I don't know if everybody wants
But I
to.
don't know what it is. Like I
want to look at you with that.
I feel like it's like the mystery
Is it too
of
much?
it. It's the mystery.
Horrifying.
No, keep it on. Listen, that's the problem around here. You're listening to what people tell you to do.
Yeah.
But, like,
He was comfortable. He was comfortable.
Well, I'm not
I've
usually a
been to
people pleaser, but
therapy.
for Halloween, I'm being a people pleaser.
Like I've been to therapy. I've tried to figure out what it is, and like even she was like, I don't know. Like I have no idea why you're attracted to a man that's just like so broken.
Yeah.
Rebecca told me I had to box breathe, so at least she tried on my end.
She told you what?
I literally was like, I'm thinking about breaking up with my boyfriend. Like I don't know what to do. And she goes, have you ever tried box breathing? The
What the
last
fuck
30
is
minutes of the
box
session I paid
breathing?
$150 for. We literally did this. She goes, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
You
Breathe
beatbox
in,
with your therapist?
breathe out. No, she made me do this for, I'm literally not exaggerating this. It was the last 30 minutes of our appointment.
You're like,
Just me and
no
her.
amount of breathing is gonna help this.
Well, she thought that was the case.
I thought you were saying boxer briefs the whole time. I was
No,
like,
box breathing. Box
which
breathing.
is just gonna make it worse. I mean, just
Absolutely.
gonna get more turned on.
So the reason I was bringing up Olivia Wilde was because there was this,
Back to the original point.
so the deal came out where like Jason. So like Ted Lasso is Jason Sudeikis, right? Like, are you familiar who I'm talking about? He's on SNL.
Ted Lasso.
We need like a base of understanding of who I'm talking about. Can you Google Jason Sudeikis so we know who we're talking about?
I can do that for you.
There needs to be
I did Google him, but are you wanting me to Google?
Sudeikis?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one you said though.
Yeah.
Who?
Ted Lasso was the
Ted's Montana Grill is the only thing coming up.
Ted Lasso was a TV show that Jason Sudeikis is very famous for recently. But anyway, so he it came out that
yeah, Jason Sudeikis, I know that. Well, yeah, like that we can cut, but I have not watched this Ted
Pineapple
Lasso.
Express, I think, is a big movie.
Yeah, no, this
Is this
guy.
why
Yeah,
older
this guy's
people
great.
don't like? I feel like I understand something now.
Right? Is that
Like
what
I
you're
like
saying?
it's kind of like when you struggle to talk to your grandpa sometimes. You're like, oh wait, there's a gap. Like
There's
that's
a
why
disconnect. There's a disconnect
that's
happening.
why the boomers don't talk to Gen Z.
Okay, wait, but back to your
Heidi's
original point.
my Gen Z grandpa. Like, I don't know who this person is. I don't
I
care.
make you mildly uncomfortable, but you still are intrigued a little bit.
Horrible bosses.
You still want to know more.
So Jason Sudeikis allegedly got upset because he knew that Olivia Wilde's having this love affair with Harry Styles.
How could you not be upset?
And apparently, Zach, I don't know if you do this, but Olivia Wilde had this famous salad dressing that was apparently just famous for her making this like really good salad dressing. And she
What'd I
was,
have in it?
no one knows. That's what I'm saying. But she was going to take the salad dressing to Harry Styles, and Jason Sudeikis could not have it. So he went and laid down in front of her car. It was like, you're not taking this salad dressing
Shut up.
Whoa,
to go fuck this other guy with. That's our salad dressing.
that is the best commercial ever.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it
that was a
just-
ploy.
Yeah, now it just leaves me wanting to know what's in the salad dressing.
That's
What is the salad
Jeez.
dressing?
Hold
Did
on,
you
wait,
find it
shut up.
out?
Both of you, all of you shut up. All of you shut your mouth. I think I just found it.
The salad. I need to know. Is it a vinaigrette?
All right, ready? Okay, ready.
Yeah.
Mix 2 tablespoons grape poupon mustard
Poupon.
with 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Then you whisk consistently with a fork. Slowly add 2 tablespoons of olive oil until the vinaigrette is thick and creamy. Until it's very strong vinaigrette that's a perfect salad greens like arugula, watercress, and endive. That's the recipe.
How do you know? Where did you pull that from?
People Magazine, a credible source. Been
mean, that
around
is a
for
credible
years.
source.
They've been
People
following the
Magazine.
Kardashians for years.
they know what's up.
Credible.
Can you imagine like laying down in front of someone's car over a salad dressing?
Yeah, because I probably did it last week.
No, because there's a thing like have you ever been in a situation where you've broken up with someone, and because of whatever situation you still are cohabitating, or you're still just in their orbit?
Yeah, and you find dirty makeup wipes and a ball of brunette hair in their trash can, and you go absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That seemed
yeah.
really personal.
Yeah, I've never been in that particular situation. But I can relate. Yeah.
I've never stood in front of someone's car. I can say
Over
that.
salad dressing, absolutely not.
Have you ever stood in front of someone's car over not salad dressing?
Their truck, yes. Their car, no.
I have never.
A Ford, Dodge, a Ford, maybe.
On one hand, I like pride myself on this. On the other hand, I'm like, there's something wrong with me. But like, I have never begged someone to be with me. Like, whenever I've only been broken up with twice, but whenever somebody breaks up with me, I'm like, no, I get it. I'm like, that makes sense. Like, you shouldn't. Like,
It's not about them breaking up. Like, even if they break up with me, it's like I almost just like don't want them to ever get over me. So it's like I don't want you, but I want you to still want me.
Well, I know they will if I
That's
just like.
healthy. That seems like a healthy.
No, it's like for me, I'm like, no,
Response.
like you're gonna be. I almost feel like the more I'm like, no, you'll be better off without me. That it like fucks with them, and they're like, will I? And I'm like,
Like, oh
probably.
my fucking god, I won't be.
I mean, I don't know, but like test it out because you should. Like that's gonna be healthy for you. And then they're like, wait, what? You want me to be happy without you? And I'm like,
No.
Duh.
kinda, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not your forever. Like, you knew that, right? And then it just like fucks with their mind. They're like, I'm not. And I'm like, well.
No, Sarah, you said that. So you've done these sketches with Ben P. And
Benny P.
Benedict.
Ben P.
Benedict P.
Benedict.
And you like, and they've gone viral. You guys have both gone viral together on these sketches. But you said when you went to Vegas, you tried to run it back and it did not go well. What happened in Vegas?
Oh yeah, so
well, first explain the gist of the sketch.
Yeah, so Ben and I started these polite catcalling videos in Broad Ripple. He texted me about it one day and he was like, "Do you want to do polite catcalling?" And I was like, "I have no idea what that means." He's like, "It's like." You say how someone would catcall someone, but you say it in a really nice way. And so we just start writing together and like figuring out how we're going to say these. And I was supposed to do the guys, he was supposed to do the girls. And they flew off. Like we did not expect that. Like, I mean, even Ben, he had a bigger following than me at the time. And he was like, holy shit, that video got 17.9 million views, and I was like, I don't know like why this is so funny to people, but it did. And so I feel like it's because we were in the Midwest, because when we're in Broad Ripple, we're on this corner, we're just saying like nice things to people, and people are like, yay, like
because I feel like the Midwest, like if you go to like New York or LA, like those people are so like desensitized to like anything.
People just
you can
like,
say anything, they like don't even register it. Where like in the Midwest, people aren't necessarily expecting.
They just loved any type of compliment because they weren't used to it.
Yeah. It's like middle class people. Like Indiana is middle class. That's like the whole state.
Even like we did them yesterday, and still like people knew what we were doing at this point. Like enough people had seen it, like they know what we're doing. And still people were just like so excited about it. But we tried to do it in Vegas, and I feel like people in Vegas were so just used to they were numb to any type of compliment. So I like tried to do it to this one guy. I don't even remember what I said to him, but I like said like a nice compliment to him, and he looked back and he's like, "Why'd you dye your roots black?"
Whoa.
And I was like, bitch, I didn't dye them black. That's just what my hair color is.
That's my natural hair color. I haven't gotten it done yet.
I came home the next day. I was like, Heidi, color my hair.
And I did.
Immediately.
I absolutely did.
My feelings are hurt right now.
I'm going to need you to get all the bleach. Get all the bleach and bleach it off.
They didn't care there because like they're so used to... They see the wildest shit all the time. So seeing people like compliment them, like they just didn't give a fuck about us at all. We ended up like trashing all those videos. And even Ben said that Ben went on his own and did some in New York for Gymshark, and he was like, yeah, they didn't care about me at all there. Like,
but they also have people that just yell. I mean, there's literally like insane people that come out of the gutters and are just like, hey, blah blah blah. Like,
like they're just
get
like
people yelling at them all the time.
They're not used to it. And in the Midwest, like everyone just like loves a good compliment. It's wild to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That makes sense, yeah. If you got yelled at by some crazy person every day and then one person was giving you a compliment, you'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to what it is.
I mean, also, like, when I went to New York, it was seriously, like, there was some type of, like, entertainment. It didn't matter what it was. Like, prostitutes, like, fucking street walkers, whatever. On every single corner, like, you would almost have to be desensitized to that. Like,
oh, yeah.
You would almost have to ignore it because you're seeing it every block you walk. Like, it's not even like it's exciting at that point.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Some people still don't get it. Like we did them last night, and this girl, she was in her car, and the first time we ever did them, a girl like rolled down her window, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but she was like, "You like coochie?"
No.
Oh, okay. So there was like one girl. She goes, "You like coochie?" And Ben had the microphone at the time, and he was like, I mean, and like kind of pointed at me, and I got like super nervous, and I was like,
I kind of like coochie, but like I don't really know.
I can't tell my dad about that.
Like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
I was like, shut up.
I haven't told my mom and dad yet.
Did I like fuck you one time?
I'm Liberty City by.
Yeah, like,
are you from Liberty? Yes or no?
And so this girl rolled down her window last night, and I was like, oh my God, I think that's the coochie girl. Like, I'm so excited. So I'm like, I'm going to continue this series. So I like give her a polite cat call. She just goes off on me. I'm not exaggerating when she was like, fuck you, bitch. Like, you stupid ass white bitch. Like, I'll fucking come out of this car and beat the fuck out of you right now.
You should have started beatboxing to her shit. Just get it back.
Like, I literally was like,
You're like, yeah, I am, bitch.
So
Give me more.
It doesn't always go as well as planned. And so, like, I just, like, have the, megaphone, and I'm like, you look really pretty. And she, like, had her car door open, and she was like, that's right, bitch. Like, I better be looking pretty to you. And I was like, But that's how everyone in Vegas was. Everyone in Vegas was like hostile about it. In the Midwest, like 90% of the time, people were like, yeah, I do pay my taxes.
I do pay my taxes. I do vacuum out my car.
Have you guys, on your subsequent episodes, have you guys been having more guests on, or does it typically just be the two of you?
I think we've been talking about that more. I feel like every time we have a guest, it like almost like not goes better, but I feel like we're like, not that we don't, it's like almost like having a guest like gives me and Sarah a reason to like pop off a little bit more, if that makes sense. But we had Shannon, we had her on this next episode that's about to come on, and then we've had Ben on one, but we've only had
7 episodes.
6 or 7 episodes
we've
now.
had 2 guests.
2 guests so far.
Okay.
So
do you think you guys like want to have more guests, or?
Oh,
definitely. Sure. Yes, definitely.
It definitely makes us feel a little, because like her and I talk every single day.
Right.
So sometimes like when we're talking on the podcast, like a lot of times they're like, well, I already told you this. And she'll be like, well, I already told you this. And I'm like,
it's almost like having that extra person is like,
we have to stop saying, I already told you this. Like we have to act like it's organic instead of being like, I know we talked about this 7 minutes ago.
We're going to talk about it again.
Well, I feel like you guys also have your own like secret like communication voice that you guys like, you don't really need words to like have a conversation between the two of you.
It's just like a mutual understanding. Like when
just
I feel like me and Sarah, like same childhood, same everything.
No, like, Heidi and I today went to breakfast with our friends, and I had 2 of my friends just yelling at me about something, and I was just like, I'm not one of those people that's like argumentative, so like 2 of my friends were yelling at me, and I was just like, kind of just staring at them. And Heidi texted me and she was like, you're shutting down. I literally have them. I can see it. Like,
what were they yelling at? What'd you do?
Well, listen, like when so like I'm one of those people, I like we were talking about it earlier, I like feel off emotion. That's how I've always been. So like I literally, it's one of our friends. She was yelling at her about like an ex situation, and we're sitting, there's like 6 of us at the table. She's over here, Sarah's right here in front of me, and I can like feel when Sarah's like shutting down.
Yeah.
Like she's over here yelling at Sarah, and I literally see the look on Sarah's face go from like to, and I just feel her go down. I literally texted her, I said, I literally just felt you shift. I was like, you're not even listening to anything she's saying, and like she's still going on, and Sarah and I are looking at each other, and I'm like,
I was like, I am so far gone for this conversation.
Yeah, like she wasn't hearing a single word that was being said, not a single word.
That's my favorite thing about her, though. Like a lot of people,
nothing has to be said.
A lot of people don't realize when I'm shutting down or I'm feeling, because I'm not very good at showing my emotions, so I'm just like, okay, whatever you say. And Heidi's like, no,
I
not
understand
whatever
them
I
so
say.
well.
Like,
I don't have to you don't have to say anything. I can like feel them from across the table, and I'm like, cool. Like you don't have to say anything. Like I got it.
I'm a kind of person I always feel like I love hanging out with comedians. Like there was a thing like Thad hit me up the other day and was like, hey, there's gonna be a woman sleeping on the couch. And I was like, that's weird. Like I don't even know what that means. And I came home and
but does she need a blanket? Should I set out some milk and cookies?
And there was like a woman who had like a shell, like a gasoline shell bag, like from the gas station. And I thought maybe for a split second, I forgot what we did for a living, and I thought maybe Thad had picked up a homeless lady from the gas station.
Thad, you have a lot of explaining to do after
and
this.
was just doing a good turn.
Listen, sometimes people need housing and shelter.
And also the fact that you guys live so close to that Washington Street Shell gas station is concerning, because I've seen the people that work there.
If you have a heart.
Maybe he's just trying to get someone to be washed up, like cleaned up and like start over. And I was just like... And like I went outside, I was like, "Did you bring a lady trucker home? Like, what is this? A homeless person?
Is this a lot lizard?
Yeah."
And then he was like, "No,
did you bring home Lisa the lot lizard?"
He was like, "No, this is a comedian that needed a place to stay." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
From where, Detroit?
I was like, "Why wasn't that my first guess? Like, why was like comedian?"
And also, why didn't you say it? Like you said, there's a lady sleeping. Why didn't you say
because listen, he is so far in that ale, he's not even listening at this point.
I don't believe in boxes. All right. So that's why.
But that should be the first thing you say.
Why?
Is she's a comedian, because you guys are a comedian household. You guys are both comedians. You should be like, there's another comedian.
So
that's
I walked in and I'm like dealing with my dog, and I'm just kind of like, like I gave her like one of these.
Cody.
And then the second I found out she was a comedian, my entire attitude, and I was like, hey, do you need a blanket? Do you need a pillow? Like, what's going on? Oh, are you okay? Are you hungry? I can cook some chicken.
You're not a Shell gas station crackhead.
You're not Lisa the lot lizard.
And so I feel the same way with like any comedians. I'm always like, I want to give comedians like the benefit of the doubt, right? Like,
right, because like at the end of the day, like all comedians are one false move away from being a Shell gas station.
Thank you. No.
Yep.
No, I mean like literally like one bad move and I'm working at Shell with
Or standing outside a Shell. Just
Yep.
like every day I tell Heidi, I'm like, I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna do it. And she's like, no, you need a job so you don't fuck up your whole life. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
I've said that on more than one occasion. Like,
because I will. I mean, like, I don't like. Do you guys like having a job?
No. Hate
Yeah,
it.
no,
Hate every
that's the
second-
point. But if you
second of
didn't
it.
have a job, what would you be doing on your days off? What
Comedy.
do you do?
I'd be busy.
I mean, I would love to get paid from
If you
just
had
doing comedy.
7
yes.
days a week off, 24 hours a day.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be off
Yeah, I'd be
necessarily.
How'd you guys meet? How'd you guys?
Cosmetology school.
But like, what was the exact origin?
It was
story?
on accident.
Oh no, I know exactly what happened. So, in cosmetology school, I was like, this is gonna sound crazy, but I was
Everybody strap up, open your ears.
I was very quiet because I like didn't want to be there. Like this was
And
something
also,
that like
nobody, and this is no surprise, I was not. I was the opposite. I was not.
like I had a therapist at the time and she was like, you need to find a career that's going to like financially hold you and then you can also do comedy. And I was like, I've always wanted to go to cosmetology school. And she's like, well, do that you can do that on the side and then you can also do comedy. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. And like I had thought about this since I was in high school. I finally did it at 28 years old. And the first day, I'm super quiet and we had to say like 3 fun facts about ourselves. This bitch said, I've never seen a Disney princess movie and I love A1 steak sauce. And I was like,
this magic moment.
have you ever seen yourself in real time? I was like, that's my line.
You're like, who sent this fucking bitch?
Like on one hand, I was like, I love you. But on the other hand, I was like, that's kind of my thing.
And I like picked Sarah out. Like, so like Sarah, like the tables were like in a U shape. And then there was like 2 tables like in the middle of this U shape.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting across from Sarah where like I'm facing her and she's facing the front. And, like the first day of school, I was like, I like that one. That one's going to be my friend.
Wow.
So it was like, we always say like that the universe, like we weren't supposed to meet. Like there's just like this like weird phenomenon of like,
There's like a weird
love
understanding. And like you said, there's like, she doesn't have to say anything. I know. And like we've lived like the same life. It's just,
She's your Loki.
yeah. Like when I look at her, I look in like the mirror and it almost scares me a little bit. I'm like, fuck.
Or like Indiana only makes 10 of you a year. You know?
Yeah.
I think the scariest part is when people say that we look alike. Because I look at her and I look at me and I'm like, we don't look alike. And I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but like,
We get that more than anything. We do.
Like in a
sisters.
racist way, you guys both have like blonde hair. You know what I'm saying?
And that could be it. But like we really do
both
get like
white girls
sisters,
with blonde hair,
twins. Like
yeah.
sincerely, we get it a lot.
And I don't know if it's just like both of our energies. Like people are saying like you look alike based on that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea what it is. But we get that a lot. So I'm like, I
mean, right now
Do
you
you think they
literally
look
have
alike?
like the same hairstyle. I don't know. You both have blonde hair with dark roots. I don't know.
You got blonde hair with black
Why do you
roots.
dye your roots
Why
black?
do you dye your roots black?
Why'd you dye your roots black? That needs to be a soundbite.
Why do you dye your roots black?
I don't know if you've ever been so like publicly humbled in Las Vegas
Literally.
by a foreign man that definitely was gay. I was like, oh, he
They
actually knows
definitely
what he's
drove a
talking about.
BMW Series 3.
That was the worst part. Like if it would have been some like country ass blumpkin dude, I'd be like, fuck you, man. Like get fucked.
Fuck
I don't give a-
you.
Like your wife probably cheats on you. But it was like a foreign man with like perfect hair that said it to me, and I was like,
Ooh, that one hurt a little bit.
you might actually be a hairstylist.
He might be the biggest hairstylist. Biggest one here.
Can I follow you? Will you do my hair for me?
Are you going to fix it?
Can you drop a beat for me there, Zach? Ladies, thank you so much for being on the program today. Where can people find you and follow you guys on social media separately and together?
Sarah Pop-Tarts on
Hey.
everything. What's up? I don't have a reason for that name. Don't ask.
No.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. And then also we have our Beauty and the Breakdown podcast. That's available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast.
Heidi Fell.
Yes, and then H for Heidi on Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, and then Twitter is Heidi Nicole 3.
I've been following you on Twitter because I knew you were coming on the show. And it's making a lot more sense now that I'm
it's all coming together. Okay. It's all coming together.
Daddy's Jake.
All right, where can we find you guys?
Thank you.
Take 2.
Daddy's
Quite
Jake.
the host.
Take 3.
Where can people find you, Daddy's Jake?
You can find me at Thad McKee on Instagram and Twitter
That's a good place.
and Google.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
What about LinkedIn?
Oh, I don't like
Oh,
LinkedIn.
forget it.
Bye, LinkedIn.
Listen to the
Sarah
theme.
D. Huntington on LinkedIn.
Listen to
Please give me a job.
I have a job.
Zach Rowe.
He doesn't
have a mic.
He's at a loss for words.
You can find me at Zach_Roan on all social media.
Oh, we almost lost it.
Not the Sosa.
At Dyke Michaels on all social media. Thank you guys so much for being on the program today.
Thanks for having us.
Really fun.
Thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I didn't know there was going to be a clap along.